The scorching sun beat down on the desert sands as a lone figure walked, barely visible against the vast, empty horizon. Sarah, a scientist with a passion for the unknown, was on her usual solitary hike. She had been researching strange cosmic anomalies for years, convinced that the universe held secrets just waiting to be uncovered. What she didn't expect was to discover one of the greatest secrets the Earth had ever known. It started with a tremor beneath her feet, something she couldn't explain. At first, she thought it was just the wind, but then the ground shook again, harder this time, and a low hum vibrated through her bones. Sarah quickened her pace, curiosity pushing her forward. As she crested a small hill, she stopped dead in her tracks. What lay ahead wasn't just any ordinary landscape. A massive metallic structure, like a half-buried ship, gleamed in the sunlight. A voice in her head whispered that this wasn't human. It couldn't be. She hesitated, but her desire to uncover the truth drove her forward. With a cautious step, she approached the ship. It was unlike anything she'd ever seen, smooth, sleek, with strange symbols etched into its surface, glowing faintly. As she touched the ship's exterior, a sudden flash of light blinded her. Her heart raced, and the world around her seemed to warp. A voice filled her mind, alien yet strangely familiar. "You are not alone. The convergence has begun." The flash faded as quickly as it had come, leaving Sarah stunned. She knew the world would never be the same again. Word spread fast. The government had mobilized immediately, sweeping in with military force, locking down the area where Sarah had found the ship. But they weren't the only ones interested in this discovery. Other countries scrambled to send their own teams, and the media frenzy exploded worldwide. Every news outlet was broadcasting the same images: the mysterious ship, the first undeniable sign that aliens had arrived. Sarah, now caught in the middle of global intrigue, was brought to a military facility for questioning. She wasn't the only one involved anymore. Among the people she met was Adam, a former Navy officer turned scientist. His expertise in extraterrestrial biology had earned him a spot on the team investigating the alien presence. But Adam was different from others. He didn't believe in peaceful intentions. He was convinced that the aliens were coming for domination. "You can't trust them," Adam said one night, as they stared at the ship's images on the screen. "There's something in their eyes, something in their technology. It's not peace. It's control." Despite his warnings, Sarah felt a strange connection to the alien presence. The voice she'd heard wasn't threatening, it was inviting. And every time she encountered the symbols on the ship, she felt an overwhelming urge to decode them. She couldn't explain why, but the patterns called to her. As she worked alongside Adam and the team, she made a breakthrough. The symbols weren't just random, they were instructions. Days later, Sarah activated the ship, unknowingly sending a signal into deep space. At that moment, the sky darkened. Thousands of lights flickered across the atmosphere, leaving no room for doubt. The aliens were coming. The ships arrived, more than Sarah could have ever imagined, sleek, dark vessels that filled the sky. Humanity stood frozen, staring up as the air crackled with tension. There was no invasion force. There were no demands for submission. Instead, the ships hovered, waiting for something. Adam, who had become more paranoid by the day, insisted that it was a trap. "They're testing us," he warned. "They're waiting for us to show our true nature." Sarah disagreed, still believing that the convergence wasn't a war but a crucial moment for humanity's future. But then the communication began, not with words, but with images, directly into their minds. They saw ancient civilizations, long-forgotten wars, and a race of beings that had witnessed the rise and fall of entire planets. The message was clear: we are not your enemies. We are your creators, your future. The aliens weren't coming to conquer, they were coming to share their knowledge, their technology, and a chance for humanity to evolve. But the question remained: could humanity accept their gift? Or would fear and distrust destroy the possibility of a new beginning? Adam, still haunted by his belief in the aliens' sinister motives, made a fateful decision. He attempted to sabotage the communication link, cutting off the alien ships from Earth's network. The moment he did, an enormous pulse of energy shot out from the lead vessel, knocking out all electronic systems worldwide. The world plunged into darkness. In the silence that followed, Sarah stood alone in the desert once again, watching the ships above. But this time, they were not waiting. They were descending. The aliens had no more time to waste. They weren't here to negotiate. They had come for something far greater than humans could comprehend, an exchange that would reshape the very fabric of reality. As the ships landed and their doors opened, Sarah stepped forward, no longer afraid. The convergence had arrived. And she was ready to witness humanity's rebirth. Respect for other cultures and species. The story raises important questions about humanity's willingness to accept or reject an advanced species with vastly different values. It reflects the need for tolerance and understanding, even when faced with the unknown. Fear of the unknown. The characters' varying responses to the alien presence demonstrate the ethical dilemma of fear versus curiosity. It's a reminder that human beings often react to what they don't understand with fear, and that this fear can be destructive if not carefully managed. Trust and betrayal. The story also touches on the ethics of trust, especially when dealing with powerful entities. Adam's decision to sabotage the communication with the aliens illustrates the consequences of mistrust and paranoia. Technological responsibility. The aliens' advanced technology and their offer to humanity serve as a metaphor for the ethical use of power. The question of whether humanity is ready for such advancements speaks to the responsibility that comes with knowledge and progress. In conclusion, the story not only explores the themes of first contact and the unknown but also prompts reflection on human nature, the choices we make, and the consequences of those choices when faced with a radically different future.